Good afternoon, everybody. Once again, welcome you back for the presentation. And Kamal Madam is ready with us. We are starting with the Z Mumbai group. Each group will present one activity and one context problem. Only one activity and one context problem. We'll start with Z Mumbai. Please take over.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all are healthy and safe under this great situation which has arisen right now. Today, we are going to have our presentation on counting of numbers till 20. Here, I would like to illustrate that first. I have taken up certain slides to show the illustrations, the possibilities, the content feature, and the activity. So, my presentation goes like this. May I begin, ma'am, Komal madam, with your permission? Thank you, ma'am. Yes. Yeah, you all are aware that children are very much interested. This particular topic is basically for class 1, counting till 20. Children, they get very fascinated with their pets and especially dogs. If they find a dog around, they would start, punching and screwing the dog like anything. So if we have such a feature as my presentation, is my presentation visible, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it
Please
is
continue.
visible.
Please continue.
So the first slide shows only one dog. So here my aim is is not to show a dog, but to show a number. And with that goes the font. Like here, how one is written. Because generally, what happens is in class one we have observed that children do mistakes with number and the spellings that they do. We are here. We are not bothered about the spellings, but the way it is being impregnated.
Susmita madam, slides are not moving.
No,
We first slide.
I'm focusing only one now, ma'am.
Achha,
Number
first
one.
one. No, only your name can be seen. That one.
No, that will be shown
Class
in the
one.
next slide.
Okay.
Class one.
Dog cannot be seen, madam.
Okay, sorry, ma'am. Dog. Sorry, ma'am. Yeah. I hope it is visible now, ma'am.
Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
Continue.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
So
ma'am.
it is here. I have taken up one animal, and that is associated. That is a single animal. That is why the number one has been depicted after it. Then next is number two. Here two butterflies. As children love colorful things, two butterflies have been taken, and that the representation for these two butterflies will be given as a syllable of two. Two. This is number two. That is how we are going to tell to the students. Then comes number three. There are three monkeys. Children are very naughty. I'm not comparing them with monkeys, but they keep on jumping and they are never very conscious to sit in one particular place. They want to laugh, they want to play, they want to jump. And that is why here three beautiful features have been taken showing that they are in a mood of playing. And the syllable three goes with that. Number four, the way children, especially boys, girls are interested, but they are little bit lesser interested than the boys. They love to play with balls. Every time, throwing a ball and breaking somebody's window panes or something like that is a normal habit of the child. So here, number four indicates that balls. I have taken up to show the syllable four. Next, five. There are five spiders. Oh, it's very like some few children are very scared of spiders. They think that they will come and eat it up because the grandmother has said some stories to them, and they're afraid that the spiders might attack them. And then they start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next.
Madam, once again, your slides are not moving.
It's not. Slides are not moving. Can you see, sir? Right now, is it visible?
Now 6 stars are visible.
I want to show you the third from third onwards. Monkey, third, fourth, fifth. Should I go back, sir?
Okay.
Should I move back?
Yes, madam.
Should I move back?
Otherwise, you continue. Madam. Continue.
Okay. Now there are 6 stars. Children love stars because whenever they do something good, it is always that you are a star child. And so we label the child by number 6, and that is how number 6 is being written on the blackboard, because generally children do mistake between 6 and 9. They write 9 instead of 6. Many a times it happens. So here I have used a star to show that how beautiful it looks and how it should be projected when we write 6. Then 7. 7 apples. Is it visible, sir?
Yes, madam, continue.
7. An apple a day keeps the doctor away is the demand of today. So here 7 apples have been taken. Of course, they are green apples, and the child should know how to write 7. So counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gives the number idea of writing how to write 7. The next number approach is number 8. 8 kittens have been taken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 are there. One more. 8 kittens to show 7 kittens to show that number 7 denotes these kittens. That is how we are proceeding slowly so that we can give emphasis on number digits, how they can recognize the numbers. This is number 9. 9 aliens. The children will love to, I think when we, see there is a difference between writing a number 9 and number 6, because sometimes a child says, ye to ulta 6 hai. So that is why the alien has been taken. See, कि ulta 6 अगर आप लिखेंगे तो it will become सीधा 9. That is the point where I wanted to emphasize. Next. 10 fishes. The children will obviously count, because here we don't have that much of time. That is why I'm not counting, but there are 10 fishes for them, and so on. It moves on with number 11, 12, 12 flowers, 13 kites, then 14 bears, 15 cups, 16 suns. Of course, in the galaxy, there are so many stars, and the sun is one among them. 17 toads, 18 birthday candles, 19 elephants, and 20 snakes. So here my number division starts from 1 to 20. Now how to depict, go back, how to depict all these things? I've taken up an activity. My activity is about snakes and ladders. You know that children, they, if you keep them, as I said earlier, if you make them sit in one particular place for a longer period of time, they get exhausted. They feel very frantic about that position, that area. They keep on saying, Mama, what should I do? Papa, what should I do? I don't have anything to do, or I don't have anybody to play. So the best way of taking up thing is a snakes and ladder game. You know, this is a homemade dice where I have used, where I have taken up numbers, sequences such as 1. Can you see, please? 1, 2 dots, 2, 3. This is 5 dots, 4, and 6 simultaneously. As you all know that in Ludo and Snakes and Ladder, we play games. So what we do is we generally wait for the put, that is the one ordered number, so that we can gain entry into the game. And that is how the game is being played. And children are very much conscious that if they take up, if they are eaten up by snakes, they will definitely go down. Right? Like if I start the game, here we can make 2 different groups. Even our group members had discussed that we will be making 2 different groups to state that if I play 1 and 2, what will be the next consequent number. Like suppose, see, if I am putting this up, this is a dice which I'm using, I'm throwing, I don't know what number will come up. Now I've got number 4. So here the child, now the child is gets excited that he has to cross 1. Are you able to see? 1, 2, 3, 4. So the child says, oh, I missed my ladder. Otherwise, I would have gone up to number 7, because the child has known through his normal reading, he has come to know what 7 number stands for. So the child says, oh, I've skipped one number. Acha hota agar mujhe 3 milta. So that is how this game can be played, and we can conclude about the digits up to 20, 1 to 20. This was about my presentation. Thank you. I would like to give you a revision work also. A revision work which can continue like this?
Ma'am, Sushmita
Monty,
ma'am,
ma'am,
you
unmute
are
your mic.
speaking on mute. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, this is again this is a worksheet form of thing, ma'am. This is a worksheet. Next slide. Where we can again whatever we have taught, we have to have a recapitulation. And here there is a bird which has been. I think it is visible. The bird is visible to you. Shubhamita madam, is it
Yes,
visible to you?
yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So this is a recapitulation strategy where we have used one for a bird, next two for dogs. There I have taken one dog, here I've taken two dogs, three gray bunches, four old man, five trees, six that is color marks, seven elephants, eight aeroplanes, nine people playing with ball, and 10 frogs. This is how we can proceed. This was my presentation. Thank you.
Good afternoon to all. I am Chandraprakash Songara, HMKU3 Jaipur. I am presenting my presentation on behalf of JEET Mumbai Group. So I'm starting my presentation. My screen is visible or not?
No, sir.
No, sir. No, Sangara.
अभी तक स्टार्ट नहीं हुआ.
It's visible, sir. Visible.
It's visible, no? Okay.
Yeah.
So the foundational numeracy for the master trainer on behalf of JEET Mumbai Group. The contextual problem today we are going to.
सर सुनाई नहीं दे रहा, we can't hear you.
अभी आ रही है आवाज मैम?
हाँ जी सर, अभी ठीक है.
Okay, thank you. So there are 10 members in our group. So let us start. The word problem is, one day class 1 children went for picnic in the nearby garden. There were so many mogra flowers fallen on the grass. So the first girl, Sonal, picked 8 flowers, and the second girl, Rinku, picked up 4 flowers. Then the third girl, Mokshita, picked up 5 flowers. They all offered these flowers on their teachers, Mrs. Shanti. So the word problem is, how many flowers did Shanti get from her students? So this is the picture from which we can see. So the students are jumping. The first student, she will jump 4 jumps because already the one girl have 8 flowers. So for the 4 flowers, she jumps 4 times. 9 step, 10 step, 11 step, and 12 step. You can also draw the steps there. And the second girl will reach on 12. The third girl will start jumping from, because she is having the 5 flowers. We start from 13. The first jump, 14, second jump, 15, 16, and 17. So after 5 jumps, she reached at 17. So all together, they hand over the flowers to their class teacher, and this is our representation. So in this problem, anyone have any doubt?
Oh, thank you, sir. Komal madam, your comments on this?
Thank you, Chandra Prakash sir and Shushmita ma'am for the presentation. I think the word problem was really, the context was nice, that three girls, they were going to, I think they were going to park and collecting some flowers. So maybe the colors of the numbers may be also the same as the color of the text. No, because when we are, as we can see that these are numbers till 20, and
Yes, 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 ma'am.
है ना?
Definitely,
And the
definitely.
children are
Yes, ma'am.
very young.
Yes, ma'am.
So maybe many children, they don't read also. The teachers describe, teachers also tell that, okay, three girls, they
Definitely,
are three
definitely.
friends, they went to park and they were collecting things. Because many times what happens, then in the word problem, when they start reading and solving word problem on their own, then many times we have seen, we all must have experienced that what children do, they look for the numbers and they don't read the
They don't read.
context at all. है ना? They just look for the numbers. Okay, so there are four numbers, 4 and 5, maybe 4 and 9. There are two numbers, and look for the keyword, and they just do minus or plus. Or they ask teachers, ma'am, what shall I do, plus or minus? So we have seen that many times children don't read out the context or don't connect with the context. There is a very popular example also now of a test, that one question was asked to many students, that there is a ship and there are 26 ships and 10 goats in that ship. So what is the age of the captain? So some children answered like 36, because if you minus 10 from 26, it will be 16, and that's not an appropriate age for a captain. If you multiply, it will be 260. That cannot be possible. So they added and they said 36. It is available on Google. You can search and see the results and what happened. So many times we know, we all must have experienced, children just see both the numbers or two numbers or three numbers and they ask, kya karna hai? What shall we do? And really don't connect with the context. But in the other hand, the context is so nice that they were collecting some flowers and giving to the teacher. Maybe there can be one day, a special day also. Maybe that can be the birthday of the teacher. So those elements also can be bring in. That's what I felt. Komal,
Thank you,
Thank you, madam.
Bhumika,
Thank you for your
It's
comments.
all from the Mumbai group. Thank
I
you.
think another point which we feel that, which we have been discussing even last time also when we met, we discussed that about experiential learning. No, and when we are talking about foundational numeracy, we are not, as in the morning we discussed, we are not only looking at the syllabus or the textbook. Rather, we are trying to look at how children learn. How do children learn? Anything, na? Suppose a cycle chalana, riding a cycle. How do children learn? How do we learn? Do we learn by observing riding a cycle? Do we learn by seeing a video of how cycle can be, like how can we ride a cycle? Do we learn by knowing the names of different parts of the cycle? How does a child learn to ride a bicycle?
Through experience only.
Only and only when the child start actually
Experiencing.
riding the cycle. No? Same way, if we see how does a child develop number sense? Will it be by observing? Will it be by listening? Will it be just by seeing the numbers around? Or maybe through experiencing only. Na? We are talking about numbers since till 10 or numbers since till 5, if we are talking about numbers like 7, how does a child know this is 7? Only and only through counting. Na?
Look out.
This many is
Counting numbers.
7. No? So, हम कितना भी बोले ना, actually we can show, we can tell, we can demonstrate, but unless the child counts 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, counts many times, count different objects, child will not know what is 7, child will not know what is 10. So it is, as we all are talking about foundation of mathematics, I think it is so important that children really experience numbers, experience the idea of number. Now, because 5 biscuit, 5 elephants, and 5 friends, all are 5. But does a child experience all 5 in the same way? Do we experience? See, suppose there are 5 flowers. Right? The girl who were collecting flowers in your context problem. And suppose there is a jungle where 5 elephants are there in front of us. These experiences are the same?
No, different, ma'am.
Different experiences, na? So for children also these are different experiences. But how do they get the idea of 5? That is by counting. So that's why we are talking about the idea of number, and then the symbol can come when when children get the idea of number. Now, Komal, would you like to add here? Or maybe Chandra Prakash sir, would you like to add?
No, ma'am. All things actually you really explain my PPT. I just started, but really in the real in the conceptual problem, the real ma'am, nice sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Because the problem was really nice that friends were going and collecting flowers for their teacher.
Okay, thank you very much, Ziad Mumbai group. Can we move on to Ziad Gwalior group?
Yes, sir.
Gwalior group, are you ready?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Kindly continue, sir.
Yes, sir. I am sharing my screen. I hope my screen is visible to you.
Yes, sir. Please continue.
Good evening to all of you. I am here with my presentation on behalf of JEET Gwalior Group. The topic allotted to us is board game for counting up to 100. So many board games are available like Snake and Ladder, Ludo, Chess, Carom, etc. We have chosen Snake and Ladder game because Snake and Ladder games purely deal with numbers. This game can be used to build the number sense of child about these concepts: identification of numbers, forward counting, backward counting, addition, subtraction, order of number, before and after, numbers between two numbers. Different kind of board games are available to inculcate various values among the students. This is a healthy food habit game in which we can see that this can induce healthy food habits among students. If we eat fruits, we go up, like number 2. If we eat strawberry, we go up to 11. And if we eat vegetables, like in number 8, we eat tomatoes and we go to 19. But if we take junk food, we fall down, like here in 14. If we eat hot dogs, we go to down to 3. So in this way, we can say that eating healthy food can make you healthy, and junk food can lead you to so many diseases. Second type of board game is urban life and climate change. This board game is for higher classes. In this game helps to build insight about various burning climatic issues and problems faced by the people nowadays. Mostly it deals with the water problem, and the topic of water scarcity and climate change is widely taken in the classes 4 and 5 in EVS books. So this can be introduced in that way too. And for junior students or class 1 or 2 students, we can use the numbers, and sometimes these descriptions will help student to get a insight about these problems too. Next is the second assignment of our group is the contextual problem for counting up to 100. First problem is Ramesh bought 45 chocolates and 45 pastries to be distributed during the birthday party. How many food items he bought in all? Sheila placed 35 bowls and 35 spoons on the table. How many utensils are there on the table? So this was the presentation. Thank you.
Komal madam, your comments please. I think they have submitted both.
Yes, sir.
Both the
Yes,
input they have
sir.
submitted.
Yes, sir.
You want to have anything discussion on that contextual problem, sir?
No, sir.
Komal madam or Subhogita?
Yeah, I
Subhogita.
think.
Sir,
I
please
think.
stop your presentation.
Thank you, sir, for sharing such games with us. I think games are really, those games were really interesting. And as you were saying that few games which you shared, few are not for young children. Maybe when they are a little older, then they can play. And those can be modified according to the age. And also, I think it is a nice, there are possibilities to modify this according to the context, because we all are from different parts of our country. So maybe we can modify our game according to our context also. The game you shared right now till 100, I would like to add another possibility of the same game. So we have a story. I'll just share the PPT. So this is the board game we play with children, and this is Sauron Ki Khoj. I'll share the PPT because now maybe it may not. I'll take maybe 1.5 minutes to show it. Is it visible?
Yes, madam. Presentation started.
Okay.
Is visible, madam. Please continue.
Okay. So this is a story of a young girl, Kasturi, and then Kasturi was going to the school and she met an elephant, and the elephant is saying that she loves the flower hibiscus, and the elephant will say that in the jungle there is a tree where you can find 100 color hibiscus. So Kasturi got very excited, and with her friends so you can see there are different colors of hibiscus full different color hibiscus flowers. So Kasturi got very excited, and with her friend, she started going to the jungle to get the tree. So this is the path of the jungle, and we have 4 dice to play with. There are multiple levels. So initially we start with 1 level. So suppose one child is on 5 and the child rolls the dice and get 3. The child has to say the number ahead, like 6, 7, 8. Okay. And then we have different levels. So sometimes 3 dice together children roll, and suppose one dice the child gets 4, another dice 5 and plus, then it is 9 steps the child has to go forward. So suppose a child is on 35, then after playing many times, children also start seeing a pattern in the board. So for 9 steps ahead, the child straight see 45 and then 44. So there is a different, maybe a slight change in the board, which is very critical also, that you can see 11 is not coming here, unlike snake and ladders. 11 is coming here. So you can see a grid of a 10 base grid till number 100. You can see the same similar grid in NCERT textbook also. Till 100 they have a, I think the last page of the book, I don't remember now, they have a number grid till 100. So this is also, this is a 10 base grid. So if it is 50, the child is on 57 and the child has to move to 12 steps ahead, then after playing many times, what do children do? They go to 67 and 68, 69. So this is how we play the game.
Okay, thank you, madam. Any other comment from Komal, madam?
Komal, please add on.
Is it available?
And any.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Shubhamita, for sharing this. So I think one of the most important things which we are doing is that when we are designing any activity, any game, any context problem, we have to keep in mind what we want to do with children, because currently there are so many, kind of software and programs which are available on the internet, which can be easily downloaded. But I think as teacher, we need to develop a discretion that what works for our children and what is our purpose, because everything which is there is need not be actually very relevant for our children. And even when we make kind of context problems, today we did not have that much discussion on it. I think there are few things which we need to keep in mind, that there has to be a real purpose why we want to add or subtract or do a particular operation. Because like kind of a problem which was there earlier about flower, which Shubhamita also talked about, it was a very nice thing because children do collect flower and then you have to put together. But in generally when we go to birthday parties, we don't really add different things together, like for example, you can talk about, okay, we were thinking friends will be coming home, so we will make samosa at home. So we made one batch of 12 samosa and then another batch of 6 samosa. Abhi 20 friends are coming. Do you think we have enough samosa or do we need to make more samosa? So that there is a very much the kind of values which we are talking about, the kind of food we are talking about is also very, very important. And these are things which we can keep in mind, that because at one level we talk about eating healthy food, that we encourage children to avoid chocolates, pastries, junk food. And many times when we see even in the textbook, many of the problems actually include that. So even as simple as food, what food item we choose and in what context, do we always have to buy, or can we talk about making at home collectively, the whole family is making together? So as teachers, when we become more aware of it, we can bring a very different kind of value systems uh, into our word problems, into the kind of, I'm not getting more into it, but earlier there has been already talked about so many stereotypes which were earlier used to happen in earlier textbooks, which this, at least this new NCERT textbook, has tried to get rid of, whether it was gender stereotype, work stereotype. For example, when we talk about farming, we all, in the earlier textbook, only women, only men farmers were there, but actually in reality, so many women work on farms. So many of these things happen very unconsciously. And as teaching community, when we become more conscious, the kind of context we choose will also become more varied. real representation of life. Plus, also when you represent life, you also want to represent certain aspects, highlight certain aspects much more than actually, even if children like to watch cartoons, I think all of us would agree that we would not want to bring cartoons in the classroom, or maybe watching television, spending time on social media. These are things we would encourage children book reading, so even though our children may not be reading too many books, but we can create so many context about books. So this is something which we can keep in mind when we create context problems.
Thank you, madam. We move on to the next group. Ziad Boneshwar, are you ready? Ziad Boneshwar.
Yes, sir. I'm trying to. I'm trying to present.
Ma'am, I think you are logged in from two devices in the same room. So please mute one device.
In one device, you mute, madam.
Yeah.
Continue, madam, please. Amrita, madam, please continue. It's muted. Amrita, madam has muted both. Yes, madam, continue, please. Amrita, madam.
Yes, sir.
Please continue.
Just something went wrong. Just a minute.
No problem.
Yeah.
Your presentation is visible. Please continue.
Wait. Just, I will try once more. Sir, I will just log out and I'll try once more.
What happened?
Something has gone wrong. My slides and all are not moving.
Okay. You better share the whole screen and then do it. Share the entire screen and then start moving.
I think my screen is visible, sir.
Yes, madam, it's starting. Yes, madam, it is started. Please continue, madam, please.
Yes, sir. So I'm from Bhubaneswar Group, Zid Bhubaneswar Group, and my presentation is on contest problem up to 10.
100.
10. Sorry, 100 up to 100. Yes. Yes, actually, contest problems are defined as problems of which the problem solution is especially real to the children. Here, when we give the problems to the children, we try to visualize the context of the problem to the children so that they may be able to do the sums easily. So I have taken some contest problems from the books of class 1 and 2. My first problem is
Radha your slides not moving. Check out, please. Or press F5.
Madam, you may just click down, then also it will be visible. If not slideshow, click karte jaye.
Yes.
Peki slide click karte jaye. Go down tab में जाए तो भी दिखेगा. If not slideshow.
Is it visible?
Yes, madam. Now it is moving. Continue, madam, please.
Okay. If I put in slideshow, it is not moving. Okay. My first contest is Radha had 5 flowers and her mother gave 3 more flowers. So I tried to visualize the thing with the pictures, and the problem is how many flowers does she have now. So in this number line, she has flowers 5 flowers. That is she will be pointing out at 5, and then she has to move 3. She is getting 3 more flowers from her mother, so she will move 3 more steps ahead. Okay, so she will be getting 8. The flowers will be 8. The next one, Sheeta plucked 5 flowers. Manish plucked 6. Sheeta plucked 4 apples, and Manish plucked 6 apples. They put apples together in the basket. Now, how many apples are there in the basket? So, children always, this is the season of fruits, so they will be plucking out the fruits, and here they will put, Sita, she will put the 5 apples 1 by 1, 4 apples 1 by 1 in the basket, and then Manish will put the 6 apples 1 by 1 in the basket, and then they will count together, and the answer will be 10. So in this way they will be able to count the apples. Next, the story, I have taken a story from the class 2 books, Chickens and the Clever Fox. Here the story goes like this. Tiklu farmer has many chickens in her farm. One day, a clever fox saw these naughty chickens playing around. From that day, she started stealing and eating chickens every day. Tiklu came to know about it. She asked the fox, "Hey, do you eat my chickens?" "No, dear, I am your friend. How can I eat your chickens?" So what she did, Tiklu thought of counting her chickens every morning and evening. But the chickens kept moving around here and there. She said, "I will put 10 chickens in one basket and count them. And if I had any of them missing, then I will give the fox a nice punishment." So in the morning, what she did, she counted the chickens. She took all the chickens and put them in the box. In one box she put 10 chickens, and in all the box now she had 5 box with 10 chicken each. So it becomes easier for the child to count how many chickens she is having in one box, and how many chicken he is having in the next box. So instead of counting, she can just visualize it. In one box there are 10 chickens, so she will be counting as 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. So 5 tens she will count, and she will come to the conclusion that there are 50 chickens in the box, and outside there are 4 chickens. So altogether there are 54 chickens. Now next, in the evening she counted the chickens again. There were 4 baskets of 10 chickens. Now she saw in the evening that there were only 4 baskets left, and there are 40 plus 3 and 3 outside. So there are 43 chickens. To find out how many chickens were eaten by the fox, the child may use the number chart having numbers 1 to 100. So in the number chart, using the number chart, the child will be counting. So she has now 43 chickens. So from starting from 43, she will be counting forward like this. 44, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Madam, move the slide
10,
down.
11, 12. So until till she reached 54, she will be having till she reached counting 54, she will find out that there are 12 chickens eaten away by the fox. In this way, counting forward, she will be able to find out the missing chickens. So that way we can relate it with the story. So that's all, sir.
Thank you, madam. Other presentation from Bhubaneswar.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please
Good afternoon,
continue.
all. Yes,
Sachin.
yes. So, first of all, I am presenting few slides, which is designed by one of our group member, Mr. P.K. Mahapatra HM, on the topic given to us. Just I am sharing the screen. Then I will present my activity. I think the screen is visible.
Yes, sir. Please continue.
Yes. So the topic given to us is number combinations and context problems. Context problem that part is over. So now number combination up to 100, and we are the group member. And first of all, what is number combination? So it is that means it is combination, or we put together numbers to form a given number. And the purpose of teaching number combination is actually number combination are the beginning of quick and effective addition. खास करके एडिशन पार्ट ज्यादा यहाँ यूज हो रहा है. सिंपली अगर हम देखें तो मान लीजिए 5, so it is combination of 4 and 1. 4 plus 1, this is 5. It may be 2 plus 3, again 5. It may be 1 plus 1 plus 3, that is 5. So 3, that means possible combinations, 2 pairs and 1 in triplicate. So 1 plus 1 plus 3. So it is 5. So this is actually the example. These are the examples of combinations of number. So suppose 10 is the number. That means the pairing may be 5 plus 5, 7 plus 3, 9 plus 1, like this. And suppose we are, that means, making pair. We can get a row, 3 tens in a row. Diagonally अगर हम देखें, जब हम नंबर को इस तरह से लिखेंगे ग्रिड में, 8 plus 2, 5 plus 5, 6 plus 4, in this way we can get. So अभी मैं थोड़ा इसको स्टॉप कर रहा हूँ प्रेजेंटेशन को, और अभी मैं मेरा एक्टिविटी पार्ट में जा रहा हूँ. तो ये अभी एक्टिविटी जो मैं डिजाइन किया हूँ, it can be actually applicable both for online and offline classes. Very simple activity. I have taken some sticks. Actually ये sticks जो है, पहले से खास करके अभी जो ऑनलाइन क्लासेस चल रहा है, इसके लिए पहले उसी कॉन्टेक्स्ट में थोड़ा प्रेजेंट करना चाहूंगा कि बच्चों को पहले से बोल दिया जाएगा कि आप 50 स्टिक्स, 100 को भी हम इसको एक्सटेंड कर सकते हैं. बच्चे सारे अपने पास 50 स्टिक्स रखेंगे. वो स्टिक्स जो भी उनके पास अवेलेबल है, हो सकता है वो जो आइसक्रीम स्टिक्स ले या मैस्टिक अगर ले तो पेरेंट्स का थोड़ा प्यार से वो भी उसको यूज कर सकते, जो भी अवेलेबल है. खास करके अभी ऑनलाइन जो क्लासेस के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में 50 स्टिक्स, 50. बच्चों को बोला जाएगा कि बेटा तुम पहले जब क्लास स्टार्ट हो रहा है, आप पहले इंश्योर करो कि आपके पास 50 स्टिक्स है कि नहीं. बच्चे थोड़ा कंफर्म कर लेंगे, 1-2 मिनट टाइम देंगे, बच्चे एक एक करके 50 गिन लेंगे. अभी हम बच्चों को बोलेंगे अगर आपका 50 स्टिक्स करेक्ट है तो आप क्या करो, रैंडमली जैसे भी उसी 50 स्टिक्स को 2 ग्रुप्स करो. 2 ग्रुप्स अभी करो और दोनों ग्रुप्स को अलग अलग रखो. सपोज ये ग्रुप हो गया, इसको आपने अलग रखा, और एक ग्रुप है उसको भी अलग रखो. तो अभी उनको बोला जाएगा कि आपका जो आया है आंसर, ये फर्स्ट ग्रुप जो आपका है उसमें काउंट करो कितना स्टिक है. बच्चे एक एक करके काउंट करेंगे, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17. ये 17 हो गया, वो अपना नोट करके रखेंगे 17. और उसके बाद नेक्स्ट ग्रुप को उनको बोला जाएगा कि काउंट करो. ये काउंट करेंगे 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, सॉरी, इन दिस वे. अभी ये 2 मतलब उनका हो जाएगा. उनको बोला जाएगा, अभी ऑनलाइन क्लास चल रहा है, हम तो डायरेक्टली उसको सुपरवाइज नहीं कर पाएंगे, लेकिन उनको बोला जाएगा कि आपका जो भी आया, अभी आप सिंपली अपना चैट बॉक्स में जाओ. पहले अगर आपका 19 आया तो आप अपना चैट बॉक्स में 19 लिखो, प्लस डाल के रखो. फिर सेकेंड पार्ट में जितना भी आया आप उसको टाइप करो. सपोज इट इज 31, तो ये 31 लिखो और इसको तुम सबमिट करो. तो विद इन 5 मिनट्स अगर 50 बच्चे भी हमारे पास है तो वो 50 का जो पॉसिबल पेयरिंग कॉम्बिनेशन है इनटू वो अपना लिखेंगे. तो इसको हम सम अप करके ये चैट बॉक्स से अपना स्लाइड्स में भी ले सकते हैं कि कितने बच्चों का काउंटिंग सही हुआ और पेयरिंग सही हुआ. यानी कि 50 का जो पॉसिबल कॉम्बिनेशन है इनटू इन पेयर वो हो जाएगा. और इसी हिसाब से हम बच्चों को ये भी मतलब एक्टिविटी का एक्सटेंशन है कि 3 ग्रुप्स करो. 3 ग्रुप्स करो, तीनों ग्रुप का अब जो पार्ट है उसको यहाँ लिखो, प्रेजेंट करो। अगर किसी का गलत है तो हम तो आराम से ये 2 डिजिट नंबर का ही हमें 100 का मिला था, तो यहाँ से भी हम पता लगा लेंगे कि बच्चों का काउंटिंग और जो पेयरिंग जो किया, जो पॉसिबल कॉम्बिनेशन को मेट किया है, whether it is correct or not। अगर कोई बच्चे का चैट बॉक्स में ये पता चल जाता है कि उसका गलत है, तो उसको लाइव हम थोड़ा एनकरेज करेंगे, बेटा ठीक है, आप ऑप्शन नहीं कहेंगे कि आपका गलत है, आप जो काउंट किए हो फिर एक बार इसको काउंट करो, सभी के सामने करो, दिखाओ थोड़ा, आपका दोनों जो ग्रुप में अलग अलग रखे हो आप, जो बंडल ऑफ स्टिक्स, अभी उसको थोड़ा गिनो, और बच्चों को मोटिवेट करेंगे, वो अपना एक एक करके वो गिनेगा, वो कहाँ गलती कर रहा है वो काउंटिंग पार्ट में हम देख पाएंगे, और जो ऑपरेशनल है एडिशन मतलब वो ठीक है कि नहीं वो भी बाद में हम देख पाएंगे। उसके बाद और एक चीज भी हम इसको कर सकते हैं, आपका जो 2 ग्रुप्स हुआ, आप तो 50 स्टिक्स लिए थे, अभी मान लीजिए 19 और 31 का 2 ग्रुप 2 बंडल हो गया आपका, अभी उसको थोड़ा प्लस करो, देखो कितना मिला। बच्चे मतलब ये नहीं बोलेंगे थोड़ा कि सर मुझे 50 मिल गया, हो सकता है कुछ बच्चे बोले नहीं सर मेरा 49 हो गया, 51 हो गया, जिसका गलत है वो इस तरह से भी बोल सकते हैं। हालांकि ये एक्टिविटी तो क्लासरूम सिचुएशन में बहुत बढ़िया होगा, लेकिन ऑनलाइन वे में इसका एडवांटेज ये है कि 55 to 55 बच्चे अपने अपने घर में अपने कन्वीनियंट के हिसाब से, हो सकता है क्लास 1 का बच्चा है तो अपने पेरेंट्स के थोड़ा हेल्प से भी करे, नो प्रॉब्लम, तो वो अपना करेंगे और यहाँ बॉक्स में लिखेंगे, सभी का चीज को हम कंपाइल करके, जैसे कि अभी मैं थोड़ा सोच रहा हूँ कि इसको इस तरह से हम स्लाइड के साथ भी प्रेजेंट करके उनको थोड़ा मोटिवेट कर सकते हैं, जैसे कि अभी मैं शायद सर मेरा स्क्रीन दिख रहा है अभी?
Yes, sir, please.
यस सर, तो अभी मान लीजिए हम इस तरह से बच्चों को जब ये करें, सॉरी, ये उनका था मतलब टास्क था अभी एक्टिविटी का, अभी 50 उनके सामने है और बच्चे अपना अपना ये जो है ये बॉक्स को भर रहे हैं, सभी बच्चों के लिए एक ही इंस्ट्रक्शन है कि 50 जो आप बंडल लिए और बाद में जो 2 बंडल किया कितना कितना आपका आया, इस तरह से बच्चे बोलेंगे और हम उनको थोड़ा खुश करने के लिए भी 2-4 फीडबैक लेंगे। सपोज किसी ने बोला सर मेरा 23 आया, 23 हम लिख देंगे वहां, नेक्स्ट उसका हो सकता है हम एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं 27 आना चाहिए, मान लीजिए नहीं आया तो एक्टिविटी को हम थोड़ा रिवाइज मतलब फिर एक बार गाइड करके उसको रीप्ले करने के लिए उसको हम बोल सकते हैं। तो इस तरह से हम करेंगे और फाइनली सबसे मजेदार चीज एक होगा, these are the possible that means combination of 50 का ये सारे कॉम्बिनेशन हो सकता है, इसमें से 20, 25, 30 की कॉम्बिनेशन आ जाए, क्योंकि बच्चे रैंडमली लिए, किसी का 16 + 34 आ जाएगा, किसी का मान लीजिए ज्यादा अगर वो बड़ा करके थोड़ा लिया है तो अलग जा सकते, 23 + 27, 22 + 20, इस तरह से बहुत सारे कॉम्बिनेशन आ जाएगा और हम वो लिखेंगे। तो बच्चे अभी उनके माइंड में एक चीज होगा, मैं जो प्लस करता था कि 28 + 22 = 50, ये जो टास्क है ये तो मैं खुद बनाया, अभी ये जो प्रॉब्लम है वर्ड प्रॉब्लम, ये जो न्यूमेरिकल प्रॉब्लम है इसको मैं खुद बनाया अभी। तो इस तरह से उनका एक कॉन्फिडेंस बिल्डिंग होगा और ये एक्टिविटी को 3 बंडल्स मतलब 3 का प्लस करके, और क्लासरूम सिचुएशन में तो ग्रुप एक्टिविटी डाल के इसको भी और थोड़ा हम एनरिच कर सकते हैं। तो इस तरह से एक छोटा सा एक्टिविटी रखा था जो कॉम्बिनेशन के ऊपर ही बेस करके था। तो थैंक यू ऑल, दिस इज ऑल फ्रॉम माय साइड, थैंक यू।
Oh, thank you, sir, for a fantastic presentation. Over to Komal, madam.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am, for presenting. So, so one thing is that when we are talking about designing activities, solving problem, what is our purpose? That is the most important thing as teacher. What we are trying to do. And in the morning, the discussion was about when we talk about operation, and even in the context of early operation, there is a difference between counting and doing addition. And most of the time what happens with the children is that they actually don't get sufficient counting experience, so actually they are counting while solving addition problems or subtraction problems. So as teachers, I think we need to become aware of that process about how addition happens. So that's why we took up 2 numbers, 48 and 37, and then we saw that, okay, then we add what we try to do, even if we have to add a number like 18 + 4, we will, first thing which we will do is that we will go ahead of 18, that is 19, 20, 21, 22. And as our fluency increases, what we start doing is we start splitting the number, and we will say, okay, in 18 I will put 2, that is 20, and another 2, that will be 22. If I get 19 and I get 4, I'll put split 4 as 3 and 1, and I'll put 1, so that will be 20, and another 3, 23. So what is happening is that the child is not counting. The counting experiences has already happened sufficiently. And what is happening here is that when we are talking about addition, we are still talking about counting. We are still doing designing activities or creating context in which actually children are again counting, or they're just reading of answers. So for example, when we talked about marked number line, and you say, okay, I have at 5 and I took 3 jumps more. So what you are doing is that you are expecting children to do 1, 2, 3 and then read the answer as 8. The answer is already given. What did the child think? Because the child has not done any addition. What the child has done is just counted forward. And we need to see that addition is a much bigger step ahead of counting forward. So when we are, I think these are very important aspects as teachers which we need to keep in mind, because most of the problems which come in maths education, especially as children grow in go in higher grade, is that they are still counting one by one. When you are even doing algorithm, say 283 plus 346, so 8 and 6 children are still counting on fingers, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then write 4 here, and then 1 carry over, 1 plus 5, 6. 6 plus 8, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So actually they are only counting forward. They are not adding, because counting forward is the first step towards addition. It is not addition. When we are talking about addition, it means that you are able to keep that number in mind and then count ahead. And after a point, you start breaking the number based on what is given to you. So that's something which we really need to keep in mind when we are designing things. And also, like what activities are shared, about splitting of 50. See, 50 is a very difficult number to split. Actually, when we talk about number combination, we talked also in the morning, we are talking about small numbers, because once you actually learn to split numbers up to 10 and a number combination of 10, you actually begin to see, okay, even if you have to later on split 50, you can actually say it as 20 and 30 to begin with, or 25 and 25 to begin with. And at that time, see, again in this activity, what was happening is that children are counting one by one. They're not splitting. You take 50, you take in 2 hands, and what you do, okay, this is 23, okay, this is 27. You have not split the number. You have only counted, this is 23 stick, this is 27 stick, and the teacher actually is putting it together for children. See, this is 23, see, this is 27, and you got a 50. The child has not done it. What we are again doing is a kind of a demonstration of splitting. We are not, what the child did in this activity is only counting up to 23 and counting up to 27. So we have to be little clear about what is breaking of number, what is number combination, what is counting activity. When we talk about counting activity, do we have to show numbers separately, that I show 4 separately and I show 5 separately, I show 6 separately? See, when we are counting how many participants are there in today's session, we will count how many participants are there, because counting only happens in meaningful context. It does not happen in demonstration. And when we do counting in demonstration, children actually don't experience it as counting, because the counting context is when you are actually solving a problem based on the question how many. Like what Prahlad sir said, was a good activity for counting. Okay, how many sticks do you have in one hand? Like you can have, okay, let's hold, you can ask children to have a lot of sticks and say, how many sticks do you think you can hold in a hand? Try to hold maximum sticks, and then you actually count, okay, I held 27, this child held 23, this child held 32. So you have a meaningful context in which you are asking how many sticks you can hold in your hand. Then it becomes a meaningful context. A counting experience without the question how many is not a counting experience. It remains a demonstration. It what we talked about. When you use material, how material becomes thinking tool. It is only when they are connected with a relevant, purpose and a question, an inquiry. An inquiry needs to be there. You set up a context which children are thinking about. Yes.
Thank you, madam, for your elaborate explanation.
Yeah,
Yeah, Shubham,
Yes,
sir.
madam, please. Shobhita.
Yes, I think just adding to what Komal said, that this is a very good counting activity. Even what you said, that okay, you hold really tight and how many sticks can come, and if you really hold in this hand and how many sticks will come. Maybe sometimes we can also pose a question like, Acha, what do you feel in your both the hands? Do you think there will be 50 sticks or more than 56? Now this is a question when children are thinking, and when they are thinking, then 23 and 27, let not them count it again one by one. What we are talking about, when we are talking about addition or additive thinking, that doesn't mean children will be counting those 21 sticks and 23 sticks again one by one. Rather, children will be thinking, acha, okay, 23 and 21 another hand, to maybe 20 and 20, 40, 3 and 1, 4 to 44. No, I don't have 50 sticks. That is something which is we are talking about additive thinking. So not counting one by one. And I think this is, if we are talking about number combination, as you said, sir, and you also presented one grid. So we can also bring some nice context. Sorry, I'm taking a little more time. I'll just share one activity so that what we are trying to say, just a minute. So we can bring some context to do the same activity which you just shared, the grid. I'll just share one activity. Yeah. So we talk about Kyari. We know Kyari is like, so there is a girl who likes to make flower beds. And this winter, she thought to make a flower bed of marigold and roses, but little different, because every year she does so. This year she thought, I'll do some different. So she prepared the flower bed, and she felt only 8 samples can come in one flower bed. So she thought that she will put in each flower bed, she will put roses and marigold both, but each flower bed will look different. So in one kyari, one flower bed, she put 4 marigold and 4 roses. And in the next flower bed, she sowed 5 marigold saplings and 3 roses. Then what do you think? How else she can sow or she can prepare the flower bed? So this is basically making different combination of 8. You can take other numbers also. You can take 10 or 7. We can start with 10, but making different combination of a number. But what children are doing, they are thinking in context. So the same activity can be done with different context. But important is that children are thinking of numbers in a context, and they are using number combination as to solve the problem. That will you help Gulshan to make different flower beds. And also, if we talk about context, I think ma'am also shared one context. So what we are actually talking about, that it is really nice if the context, when we talk about real life context, that also means the context which are meaningful for children. Like some years back, Komal may remember because she only did the context with children. We did one context problem with children that there was a cloud burst. We all remember ना. So there was a situation. So पहाड़ी पे एक गांव है और कुछ लोग वहाँ पे फंस गए हैं. So there was one. It was not for grade 1 and 2. It was for higher classes. So there was one helicopter, and that helicopter had only limitation of 6 people. So I'm not going into detail. तो वहाँ पे कुछ लोग हैं. So 15 people are there. So the helicopter जो है उसको चक्कर लगाना पड़ेगा. तो उसमें तेल भी भरना है. So people are thinking that how many times the helicopter has to go to rescue those 15 people. तो ऐसे बात हुआ and then we know how children will do कि एक बार में 6 लोग हो जाएगा, दोबारा 6 लोग हो जाएगा. Sorry, 7 people the helicopter can take. So only one person was left. So this is a context when children got engaged and there is no but one right answer for this context. So some children say कि अच्छा जो last जो round लेगा ना उसमें एक व्यक्ति को ऐसे adjust कर लेंगे. या फिर लोगों ने बोला कि नहीं, अगर वो नहीं पॉसिबल है, कुछ बच्चों ने बोला नहीं पॉसिबल होगा क्योंकि हेलीकॉप्टर हैज अ काइंड ऑफ लिमिटेशन आल्सो ना, एडजस्ट नहीं कर सकते. तो बोला एक पर्सन के लिए हेलीकॉप्टर जो है वो दूसरा एक राउंड लेगा बिकॉज यू कांट लीव वन पर्सन देयर. सो it is also important that when we are creating a context, how we are creating the context meaningful to children, the illustration meaningful for children. I think that's also very important. So the apple tree context might be very meaningful. I think I can see ma'am is from Silchar. So from that place, it could be meaningful. But we know we also talked about context and making really contextual problems. So in that way, we have to also see that for each, like if we are in Delhi, so maybe apple tree context would not be that way meaningful for children, or we need to tell a story of a different place.
Okay, thank you, madam. We move on to the next group, Z@, Chandigarh group. Be ready? Are you ready?
Yes.
Z@, Chandigarh group.
Yes, sir. Good
Please
afternoon.
continue,
sir.
madam. Please continue.
Sir, I am Tarannum Khan from KV Dehradun, and I am representing group activity from Z Chandigarh group, sir. So, in this activity, I have one second. It is a very common situation that we face in our schools. In our games period, we primary teachers, we are taking our own classes for games, and playgrounds, the primary planes, parks are not very rich ones. Like we have a very limited number of rides in our primary playground. So this is one game that I have designed for the teacher to facilitate and how she would allot rides to different children. Generally ये होता है कि बच्चे एक ही दो rides होती हैं. Everybody wants to enjoy them, and it is difficult for the teacher to decide who will get the first chance. और इससे प्रॉब्लम ये भी होता है कि many a time it so happens we have 40 children in our class. Some of them keep waiting in the queue and they don't get sufficient chance to have fun in the game period. So I have taken a sample example. Like suppose we have a small playing park in our primary playground, and it has 1 or 2 swings, 2 slides, a merry-go-round. At most 3-4 children are allowed to play on it because generally they get hurt if there is a big group playing on it. So teachers also advise children to play in such a manner so as to avoid overcrowding. It should not be overcrowded because their safety and security should be our first priority. Then we have climbers. Here also many children can play here on a climber, but still again we keep it in consideration that it is not overcrowded. So we just allow a few children to play on it. We cannot allow all the 20 to climb it. And this is one example of a spring rider. We have 1 or 2 bridge ones also. Now, the problem for the teacher is when it is the games period, everybody, all of them rush to the swing being their favorite one. So now how can the teacher decide who will get the first chance for the swing and who will it so happens that only 1 or 2 rides are occupied and others go just unoccupied. So for that, it is a board game. We can design a board game of this sort, and we'll have some chits numbered 1 to 20, because this board game is aims at counting of numbers from 1 to 20. We have chits numbered 1 to 20. In our board game, we have not written any number. We'll call the children to us one by one. Like the first child will come, he'll pick up one chit from the chit. Suppose he gets the number 4. He'll read out the number aloud, show it to the teacher, he'll read out the number, and then what will he do? He'll jump from the starting one. With the starting point I have marked, 1 minute. Okay. I have marked the starting point. The boy will stand here at the beginning, and then he'll start counting 4. Like suppose he has got the number 4, he'll jump from first place to the second one, counting 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this was the number he got in his chit. After coming to this place, he can write down the number 4 if required, and then that chit will be placed separately. And at this 4 number, we had the option of slide. So that child can go to the slide. So he'll be very happy that he has selected a slide. He can go and start playing at the slide. Then the next child will come, he'll pick up his own chit. Because the number 4 has been removed, so this number will not come again. So this way, one by one, all of them will get a chance, and there won't be any overcrowding at any one particular place. We can also give children a chance to guess. Like suppose this child has got a slide, the other person wants to go on spring riders. So he can guess what number he should have to be able to proceed to spring riders. So we can help him guess also. So this can be one simple game. In this way, those who are enjoying the rides are enjoying the rides. The rest of the children are with the teacher, and the teacher is playing this game with them. They are also waiting for their turn, and so this way I think it will be useful for them. Thank you, sir. That's all I have from my side.
Okay, can we move on to the next presentation by G.R. Chandigarh?
Yes, sir. Navjot ma'am is there with the second presentation.
Very good afternoon to all the dignitaries. Myself, Navjot Hanspal. I am HM in Kendriya Vidyalaya, Sector 5, Dwarka. And just a minute, I am just presenting my screen. I hope my screen is visible. Is my screen is visible to all of you, please?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am, not yet.
Now it
Yes.
is visible.
Now, ma'am?
Now it is.
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, ma'am. So, ma'am, my scenario my context for the problem that from up to number 100, and the scenario I choose, that is Bal Mela at school. As Komal ma'am already and Shubhamita ma'am already told us about the virtual Bal Mela. Ma'am, actually in year 2019, we already did the activity in our school, that is Bal Mela at school. So Komal ma'am, you are always give the emphasis to give the student a chance that they can do the things by him or herself, and they learn in a very very natural way. We don't oppose or we don't impose a problem to them. They just came out with a natural manner that they do the things in a very significant or a very natural environment. So here my activity is Bal Mela at school. And ma'am, one more thing, ma'am, I did it in in my own views that what are the concepts I gave through the activity, mathematical concepts like numbers, addition, subtraction, all to the children. But ma'am, please, if there is any other things or any activities which I can include it for the coming sessions, then ma'am, please, you just give me the more suggestions for that. But today I discussed that how I organize the Bal Mela at school and how we can teach students that we by this single activity we can do so many activities, and we gave so many concepts to the students. As you see in this picture, the student, first of all, they we gave them a natural environment, and we don't just give anything to that you do this and you have this much of money and you do this. No, teacher is just act as a facilitator. The student or the group is the whole and sole presenter of the activity. So first of all, the children, first of all, I divide the class into 4 groups. They choose very comfortably that, ma'am, we are making sandwiches. So here is a stall. First of all, we just pose a problem based on a real phenomena. Like अगर आप सैंडविच का स्टॉल लगाएंगे एक रियल फिनोमिना में, तो आपको क्या क्या चीजें चाहिए होंगी, आप कितनी क्वांटिटी में क्या लेंगे, तो ये सब उसका एनालिटिकल थिंकिंग में आएगा। और टीचर इसमें कुछ उसको हेल्प नहीं कर रहा, वो खुद ही जज कर रहा है कि मैं कैसे इस चीज को करूंगा, कितने केजीस टोमेटो और कितने कुकुम्बर्स, ब्रेड, ये सब वो अपने हिसाब से खुद ही डिसाइड करेगा दैट हाउ एंड व्हाट इज द कॉस्ट ऑफ द सैंडविच, कि 1 kg टोमेटोज और 1 kg कुकुम्बर्स और 1 पैकेट ऑफ ब्रेड से मैं कितना कॉस्ट रखूं कि आई गेट प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस। सो एक जो मनी का कॉन्सेप्ट है, जैसे आप सुबह भी मैम ने बताया कि हम उनको एक वर्चुअल मार्केट दे सकते हैं जिसमें शॉपिंग करेंगे बच्चे, तो वो भी एक्टिविटी मैम हम अपनी क्लास में कराते हैं। बट हेयर बच्चे जो है एक बड़े प्लेटफॉर्म पे सब बाकी बच्चों के लिए यहाँ पर उनको सैंडविच प्रिपेयर करने हैं। तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल एस्टिमेशन उनका होगा, एंड देन उसके बाद वो अपनी खुद की प्रॉब्लम को कैसे सॉल्व करें, एंड उसको कितने सैंडविचेस का क्या कॉस्ट रखें, और रियल में जब वो मार्केट से परचेज करते हैं, देन मैम आई जस्ट वांट टू से दे आर, ma'am, I brought this packet of bread by myself. I brought this vegetable by myself. So they feel very confident that, ma'am, now I can buy anything from the market by reading the MRP from the packet itself. So ये उसकी जनरल अवेयरनेस भी जो है बच्चों के अंदर क्रिएट हुई इससे, and then they are very happy to create a sandwich by themselves, and then उन्होंने खुद ही डिसाइड किया कि हम उसका क्या प्राइस रखेंगे। एंड देन लेटर ऑन जो नेक्स्ट बच्चे थे उन्होंने ये सोचा, सेकेंड ग्रुप जो था, आप यू कैन सी इन दिस पिक्चर्स, देन इन सेकेंड ग्रुप दे डिसाइड टू मेक अ स्टॉल ऑफ juices that Maaza and Fruity. No cold drinks are allowed it, no junk foods are allowed it, so only Maaza and Fruity is there. And with this activity they know how many how many glass of drink is in there in 1 liter of a PET bottle or half liter in a PET bottle, and how many 150 ml glass we can fill with 1 liter of drinks. So like this they can also know about the capacity, that some things are in kilos, that is potatoes or tomatoes, and some things which are liquid, that is come in milliliters and liters. So 2 concepts are there.
Ma'am, just sorry to interfere, ma'am, we are focusing on foundational learning, na? So at that time we are not talking of these things, so just keep please just try to keep that in mind. You know, we are talking about very young children.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, ma'am, with this activity, na, they learn very basic things by these activities. Like I said na, that they know about how milliliters, milligrams, grams are there. And then next thing is the third group is choose the game, that is ring game. By the game they know about the spatial relationship, that how far I stand to throw the ring, so that the things that there देख कैसे कितनी दूर से मैं उसको फेंकूं कि मैं ज्यादा चीजें जो है उसको ग्रैब कर पाऊं. तो मैम आई थिंक दिस इज द बेसिक थिंग्स दे वी शुड inculcate in our students ना, कि बेसिकली कितना शॉपिंग कर पाए, कितना उनको एस्टिमेशन हो पाए, बाय एंड सेल हो, प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस हो. एंड मैम दे आर वेरी हैप्पी बाय दे डूइंग all the activities by themselves, and they earn a good profit. A 1 rupees eraser, they just point there that 2 rupees. So 1 rupees is the profit. 1 is actual cost and I sell it in 2 rupees. It means 1 rupees is my profit. और they are very smart that मैम दूर से खड़ा करेंगे ताकि लोग ज्यादा सर्कल उसमें ना थ्रो कर पाए और उनको ज्यादा गिफ्ट्स ना मिल पाए. इस टाइप का भी था. तो and after that, ma'am, these are the basic things that they
Yes,
know
ma'am.
about.
Ma'am, can you come to the problem which you made? Because see, right now we can't do Mela with children, na? So if we can
Yes,
just think, what we can do, because this is something which you did. I think the children are also little older, because we are talking
Yes,
about
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
5-6-year-olds, na? So if we can come to things which you do with 5-6
Yes,
year
ma'am.
olds.
Ma'am, I'm just coming on that point. Ma'am, when we organize the Mela, na, yes, you are right, ma'am.
Just
These are
keep
the
the
kids
time
of-
in mind. Just keep the time also in mind, ma'am. That's
Yes,
what I.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Just give me a 1 minute, ma'am. When they go to the stalls now, when class 1 and 2 children came to the stall, then they have 5 rupees for the sandwiches. Though at ma'am, that level, na, they understand that 5 rupees में 1 के कितने coins होंगे. And then अगर हमें मैं 10 रुपीज नोट दूंगा तो 5 में से मुझे कितने वापस मिलेंगे. एंड अगर आई हैव 10 रुपीज नोट तो उस 10 रुपीज नोट से मैं कितना और चीजें जो है खरीद सकता हूँ. लाइक अगर 2 रुपीज का ड्रिंक है एंड 5 रुपीज का सैंडविच है एंड 2 रुपीज की अगर मैं गेम खेल रहा हूँ तो 10 में से मेरे कितने रुपीज लग जाएंगे एंड हाउ मच money I left with me. So the class 1 and 2 children, na, they do the activities like.
Hello.
And firstly, yes, sir.
Yes, madam, please continue.
Okay. And firstly, they decide that there are 3 stalls. They count the 2 breads are there, 2 pieces of cucumber are there, 4 pieces of tomato is there. So likewise, they count the things, or they decide how I spend the 10 rupees I have in my hand. So likewise, ma'am, we also do these things with class 1 and 2 children also, in the form of class party. Starting from the class party, हम क्लास पार्टी में छोटे लेवल पे उनका स्टार्ट करके देन वी मूव टू दिस लेवल फॉर क्लास 4 and 5.
Oh, thank you, madam.
Okay, sir.
Okay, your comment, please. Komal, madam, your comment, please.
So shall we have presentation from the next group and comment together? Is that okay?
Okay, madam, it is okay. Okay, we move on to the Z8. Madam, please stop your presentation.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Thank you. Okay, we move on to the Z8 Mysuru group. Are you ready?
Good afternoon, one and all. On behalf of Mysuru group, I am Sunita, and Srinivas sir from Hyderabad is presenting the activity of combination of numbers. Yeah, so here we have taken a small activity of rearranging the numbers of from 1 to 5 in continuously 5 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and it is arranged in such a way that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 it's from top to bottom. okay, or left to right in such a way that we obtain the same total using different combinations. So this, what are the possible combinations we are planning to have? So this is one simple example with 1 to 5. So here, sir is now the mangoes in such a way that we will get the total number to be same in both the lines, vertically as well as horizontally. So this is one combination. So in this combination, you will find that the total is 8 both the ways. So we can have 3 combinations in this arranging by rearranging the numbers. So so can you present the second one? So this is, we are having here now 9. Okay, so sorry, we are having here 10 in this, and then the next combination is having having 10. One is 10, one is 9, and one is 8. So how it is done? It is done in this possible way. First, we try to write all the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in order, and then we try to find a combination which will give you the total of the total same number. Like 1 plus 5 is equal to 6, 2 plus 4 is equal to 6. So what is left out? 3 is left out. So 3 is put in the middle. So this is 6 plus 3, 9. The same way, the other combination what we have taken is 3 plus 4 is 7, 2 plus 5. So what is left out? 1 is left out. So when we put 1 in the middle, then we get 8. So this method can be extended with other continuous numbers also, so that children will have variety and they will try to find out that how are we getting this combination. So we can take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we try to get possible combinations and children will enjoy doing this. So we have got here with the that we just showed for representation purpose. We are presenting here with the dots also, with the dot cards what we did in the morning. So with that also we have presented. So this can be done virtually also. So it will be a fun game for all the children, and if they know the technique how they have got it, they will really enjoy manipulating the numbers. So here just sir is showing how to manipulate the numbers. So now we have taken 4 and the other side he is taking 3. So 4 plus 3 is 7. So what is the same way? 1 plus 6 will be 7, or 2 plus 5 will be 7. So what is left out? 1 is left out. So total the answer is 8. So this way children can really enjoy. So halfway we can do, halfway children can find out, and then they can place the card. So this is how the combination game will go on. Yeah. So this can be extended with other numbers also. Like if we want to teach them in tens, when we start teaching them the addition after 20, when we are extending, this can be extended to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So again, we are having one small example of that. So 10, 20, 30 is arranged in such a way that the total is going to be same both the ways, horizontally and vertically. Yes, so they will do trial and error, and they will find out what are the possible this thing. So they understand that this is not possible because this is going to be only 70. So sir, now 10 is this thing. What are the possible combination we can have? For 50 and 20 we can have, 40 and 30 we can have. So sir, keep the 10 in the middle.
Yeah.
Keep the 10 in the middle. 40 and 30 is possible. 20 and 50 is possible. So total it is 80. So this way we can extend this activity when they are when we are extending the counting up to 100. So that's the game that they will play, as well as they will find out possible combinations of numbers. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for your presentation, madam. Any other presentation from Mysuru?
Yes, sir. Jonti ma'am is presenting the next one. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. Just one second. I'm presenting, sir. Just one second. Is it visible now?
Yes, madam. Presentation started. Please continue.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. This is the presentation from Z@, Mysuru Group, creating a context for the learner to work with a purpose. Now, we have taken a small situation where a small boy wants to feed birds with grains happily. Here, as he spreads grains, there are 5 birds. The boy is feeding them happily. Some birds flew away after eating, and some birds joined the others to eat grains. How many flew away and how many joined? Now, since 2 different types of birds are there, children can easily identify how many birds which were shown in the previous slide flew away and how many new birds have joined. The boy added some more food. Why? Now in the next one we are showing the boy has added some more food. Why? Because they should understand and give reasoning that some more birds have joined. How many birds are eating grains now? Now they will be getting the total of these 3 varieties of birds. For how many extra birds should he give food now? Now here again a few more birds are added. So the child goes on knowing the number of birds added. So addition goes on, and in the previous slide, first one when we did, we gave a combination of subtraction as well as addition. So now he has food for 4 more birds. So if 4 more join, how many birds will it become then? So he is arriving at 20. Now this way, by adding and removing, for the sake of time, we have just given a few samples only. They can give a context in which the value of feeding animals is also learned, and then children without knowing what exactly they are doing, continuation of counting as well as adding, subtracting, both the operations are given with small numbers because the item given for us was up to 20. Thank you.
Thank you, Jyoti madam. Nice presentation. Over to Komal madam for final remarks.
Thank you so much, teachers, for sharing the activities which you designed. And I think one thing which is which I would like to reiterate is that we've discussed is that many of you have been able to also do it, is to be able to choose context and situations which are realistic, which make sense to children, and some kind of values which we feel are important for children, and children connect going out from the world of just cartoon and eating junk food. How do you actually bring in like this context of bird feeding is a very nice context. Some children actually, some parents are feeding birds nowadays, every day they put water and all. So definitely it is very relevant in the online space, and many children must be participating in such activities with their parents. So the only I think the only aspect which we need to do little more work is on distinguishing between counting and
Addition and subtraction.
yeah, because this context is very nice, ma'am. But every time what is happening is that you are actually just reading, you are just counting and telling. Because you are saying that there are 5 birds. So you actually count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 birds. Now some flew away, so 1, 2, 3 are left. So or 3 more have come. So you are actually just counting one by one. So we need to really, as a teaching community, look at operations maybe slightly differently than what it has been looked at. I think that is also the purpose of the foundation numeracy program, that we look at how children think, how children learn, maybe different from the way it has been instituted in the textbooks, for so many years. And many of us have many decades of teaching experience in a particular pedagogic way. And foundational numeracy programs actually opens up that space to have little more, look little more deeply into the world of children, and trying to actually go to the level at which children think, visualize, look at word, what is their imagination, and bring them and connect the world of mathematics from their world, rather than what has happened in the current pedagogic systems is that we look at mathematics and try to simplify, quote unquote, it and present it to children so that it becomes easy or more palatable. So we are not here actually talking about making mathematics easy. What we are talking about is a new way of looking how children learn mathematics, understanding that we need to mathematize their own experiences, their own lived experiences, wherever they are, whatever experiences they go through. And it is a lot more, children seeing how they do things, into how children think, as well as inform our current practices. So hopefully this workshop is just a beginning of our dialogue. This is not, the end. It is just a beginning where we are talking about how do we actually understand our children and see what kind of maths experiences they also have. Yes. So thank you so much, teachers and principals, for being with us and giving. And thank you, sir, for giving us this opportunity. Yes, sure.
Final words from Subhamita.
First of all, thank you, all of you. And as Komal said, this is just a beginning. And as we see, this is a space where we can think together for foundation numeracy. And many times we all know how, actually, in earlier days, how we all used to see, or the education system of our country, it is like a backward planning. So in grade 5, what all the concepts which a child should learn, you see that the concept the child should learn, you see that, and then you you plan backward, and then you decide that, okay, if in grade 5 children have to learn these concepts, then in grade 1 we have to do this. If in grade we need to do this. So many years we have been planning back young children for these foundation years, and this is very true for pre-primary years also, for nursery and KG. So what are the concepts which children have to learn in grade 1 and 2? We prepare our children in nursery and KG for that. But I think the discourse which started for foundation numeracy, we are really taking a pause, and we are really reflecting on our practices and trying to start seeing that this age group, start from there where children are. Start from that point. So I think that is a big change which has come. And thank you all of you to also provide a space And we had, I think, 2 days we had interaction. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, madam, for your kind words. I think all the participants are having a lot of takeaways from this workshop, especially the 2 days they had with you. A lot of misconception and a lot of ideas you have given, and so that they can take this forward and they can train the teachers in their regions. Once again, from our Kendriya Vidyalaya Sankatan team, our director sir, and all principals and all the participants, once again, thank you very much, madam, Usha Menon madam, Komal madam, and Subhagita madam. And I hope that whenever we need any help from you, and definitely we will come and contact you. Thank you, madam, once again. Friends, please stay back. We are going to start the valedictory function. It will be very, very short. Sir, director sir, can we start the valedictory?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, you are there. Okay, once again, welcome to all the participants. Even we are having our Joint Commissioner training also. Good afternoon, sir. Once again, we welcome our Joint Commissioner training, our director, sir, the principals, and all the participants to the valedictory function. And I hope that you had a very fine 6 days, and it is neatly planned and it is executed very nicely, we feel. Because normally we used to have a 3-day workshop where every day we will have minimum 2 sessions and then we will have hands-on experience. But we thought that why to have 2 sessions on a day and then having 2 different themes on the same day. Therefore, this particular workshop is having 6 themes by taking only 1 theme per day, so that you can have more elaborations on that in the morning. And from maybe 11:30 to 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, you had enough time to think about it, and you had enough time to come out with beautiful ideas. Therefore, I think sincerely we thank our Joint Commissioner training for just shaping this. And when this idea came for this numeracy workshop, our director, our Joint Commissioner sir directed us to go to the director Homi Bhabha Center and then ask him to help us. There a team is there, and Dr. Shweta designed all these 6 themes, and she only told me that Jodo Gyan is a better team which can help you in minimum 2. But when I approached them, they also told me that they are ready to help me out. Therefore, that is why this particular program is actually a success. We hope that all the ideas which you have received will help you a lot to take away and then do it in your region a better workshop than this. Now we wish to hear from 2 of our participants, their impressions. May I call upon Kuhili Mazumdar madam, HM from Garden Reach, Kolkata region. Madam, you are there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please, madam.
सभी को नमस्कार. Honorable Mr. N.R. Murli, Joint Commissioner Training, Mr. T. Punna Rao, Director ZIT Mumbai, respected principals from 25 different regions of KVS, Mr. Srinivasan, Training Associate Mathematics from ZIT Mumbai, and other training associates present here from all 5 ZITs, my fellow participants, that is HMs and PRTs from PAN KVS. At the outset, I express my thanks to Mr. Srinivasan for giving me an opportunity to give an impression. Well, foundational literacy and numeracy is the buzzword of KVS right now, as it is the thrust area of National Education Policy 2020. We all know that a report by National Education Commission cited that almost 50% of the children in upper grade have not achieved the foundational learning in literacy and numeracy. So this was taken up as a thrust area in the National Education Policy 2020. And we have to achieve the universal standard of foundational literacy and numeracy by 2025. Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan has geared up to train its teacher through proper cascading under the able leadership of our Joint Commissioner Training, Mr. N.R. Murli. Needless to say that ZIT Mumbai is playing a meaty role in it. Friends, foundational numeracy is all about developing basic understanding and competencies related to numeracy, that is mathematical thinking, which covers 3 areas, that is numeracy, number sense, and spatial understanding. All the guest speakers have emphasized on learning with a purpose, experiential learning, and constructivism. They have made it clear that textbooks are just one of the teaching aids, and it's high time we go beyond the textbook to strengthen the foundational numeracy. The best part of the workshop, as shared by Srinivasan, said that it is the way it was scheduled or planned. We got ample of time for discussion, brainstorming, and exchange of ideas intra-group. And then the opportunity to listen or to the views or observe the presentations, wonderful presentations by participants from all other 5 groups. Needless to say that ZIT Mumbai have picked up the best of the jewels from Homi Bhabha Center and Jodo Gyan. They have emphasized us to go beyond books and strengthen the 3 aspects of foundational numeracy, and also made us aware about the errors and fallacies which are the causes of lacuna of achieving foundational literacy and numeracy. Now I'd like to talk about a personal gain of mine. As such, ZIT Kolkata region is a feeder region of ZIT Bhubaneswar. But to maintain an uniformity, the Kolkata region was annexed to ZIT Mumbai in this distribution, and I got a wonderful chance to interact with real devoted group of teachers and dedicated participant from ZIT Mysore, that the feeder regions of ZIT Mysore. Unlearning, then learning, enriched, empowered, and content. We come to the fag end of the course. A special note of gratitude to Joint Commissioner Training, the director of ZIT Mumbai and his team for such a wonderful workshop. We have so much of takeaways with us. We will be back to our region with all the enthusiasm and to conduct the training at a respective level under the aegis and guidances of ZIT Mumbai. Once again, my heartfelt thanks to all those who make this workshop a successful. Thank you.
Thank you very much, madam. Now I call Mr. Sri Srinivas, Headmaster from Kendra Vidyalaya, Tirumalgiri, Hyderabad region. You are there, sir?
Yeah, I am here, sir. I am PRT, not HM. Sorry. Yeah, I am from Kendra Vidyalaya, Tirumalgiri. Now, yeah, what is the take home from these 6 days course? In the keynote address, our Joint Commissioner Training, Shri N.R. Murali sir, said there are the 3 different domains of mathematics. You try to identify what are the issues you will be facing during the teaching learning process which you conduct in the class. Those are numbers, relations, and operations. I hope this entire designed program went around these 3 domains. Then 3 different teams. One team as a facilitator from the director sir and Srinivasan sir, they plan. Then 2 other teams. One is from Homi Bhabha Center for Science Education and Jodo Gyan. Then one team given the emphasis on the theoretical approach, then how to document and how to conduct own research program, how a teacher is supposed to design, and their emphasis was given on entirely theoretical and the spatial geometry and the basic geometrical shapes and the number sense. Then the other group, very interacting, that is led by Usha Menon, Komal, and Shubhamita. And these are the set of teachers, I can say nothing wrong, teachers who shared their experiences in shaping the children's activities in the classroom. The main emphasis was given hands-on experience. Then again, documentation. The child should be in the center of learning instead of always giving a demo by the teacher and discussing and what is the context to be set up for designing a classroom activity. Thank you, sir. Thank you and thank you everybody for providing wonderful insight in the backdrop of a teacher's activities, how the teacher should prepare, how he should or she should present in the class. This is our take home, I feel. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Srinivas sir. And now I request our director sir to deliver the valedictory speech.
Good evening to all of you.
Good evening, sir.
Most respected Sri N.R. Murali, Joint Commissioner Training, Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan, New Delhi. Respected principals, dear participants, headmasters and primary teachers, training associates from all ZIETs, and my colleagues from ZIET Mumbai, and the most important person for the program, Sri Srinivasan, and the team of experts who supported us for this program. I deem it as my fortune today to join with you on online from Hyderabad. I'm very happy to interact with you as and when it was needed. And the program was conducted very nicely. And the program basically having six long days program, that is a workshop for 6 days, is normally will not be there, but because of the theme, 6 themes, as Mr. Srinivasan said, 6 themes for 6 days. In the morning there was a class, in the afternoon there was a program presented by the teachers, and again it was evaluated and also given the feedback by seeing point to point from the programs. And in this regard, we have a wonderful support rendered by the Homi Bhabha Science Center, Mumbai, and also Jodo Gyan, New Delhi, Jodo Gyan Shiksha, New Delhi. They wonderfully supported with the team of experts, and our teachers could able to clarify all the doubts, as it is a part of the new education policy 2020, that is foundational literacy and numeracy. Under literacy, we have organized already a program that is called Phonics, and under the numeracy program, the 6-day workshop, taking all 6 themes, which are important to make the teachers to aware the pedagogical the developments in the field of education, to make the students understand the formation of numbers and additions, shapes, identification of shapes, the basic things, and also the TLM which was prepared. And in this regard, Dr. Sweta Nayak and Harshita, the Harita and the team Sushant, they wonderfully explained the concepts, the themes, so-called the themes involved in this program. And also the program was very well explained, and also made it possible for our teachers by giving wonderful training by Jodo Gyan Shiksha Kendra in New Delhi, by Usha Nair and Komal Subomita. The experts from her team, they have rendered wonderful guidance for our teachers. And now our principals who joined in this program are very confident to organize this kind of workshops in their respective regions with these teachers as master trainers, by taking all the teachers into the fold by organizing this program. And this program is a brainwave of Sri N.R. Murali, Joint Commissioner Training, and he is one who is instrumental, and also designed the program in such a way it should spread for 6 days, and also the themes also. And immediately he approved the program and given a blanket permission to organize this program. I thank Sri N.R. Murali sir, Joint Commissioner Training, for giving this wonderful opportunity for us to organize this program for our teachers of Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan with the help of Homi Bhabha Center for Science Education, Mumbai, and also Jodo Gyan Shiksha Kendra, New Delhi. This program I could able to hear from the participants who gave the expressions. They are very happy, covered all the themes which are mainly meant for the children to know the numeracy, foundational numeracy, and they are confident with this expertise given by these experts from these two organizations. I also thank these two organizations who are all the time coming forward to help us in organizing this kind of workshops for Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan. Kendriya Vidyalaya is not having any kind of trainers trained in this way. This is research oriented. Really, the program was nicely designed by Sri N.R. Murali. It is a research oriented program and nicely organized by Srinivasan. As it was said, the facilitator, he facilitated very nicely all the participants and reached the expectations of the organizations, and also cleared all the doubts crystal clear about the program after reaching to their respective regions. I'm sure that this program will be wonderfully organized by the team of 25 principals joined from 25 regions, can wonderfully organize in their respective regions, so that the program goes down the line to the primary students as a part of numeracy, as a foundational numeracy. Thank you very much to all of you, and I thank one and all for joining this program and made this program very lively, and you interacted very nicely, and the program was all through interactive, and you are involving in such a way. The program is wonderfully organized to make it. Thank you very much. God bless you all, and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. Once again, as a coordinator of this program, I wish to thank the Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan for giving an opportunity to ZEED for conducting this program. We thank Joint Commissioner Training for giving a chance to do it, and he is instrumental in designing this program. And our Director, Zonal Institute of Education Training, Mumbai, who has given me the directions to do the program in a nice way. And the Director, Homi Bhabha Center, Mumbai, who is always helping us whenever we had any program, and whenever this online program started, we are getting help from them. The faculty members of Homi Bhabha. Dr. Aloka is actually not in Homi Bhabha now. Then also she told me that, sir, even though I am not in Homi Bhabha, I will be taking sessions. She was in Homi Bhabha till March 2021 only. But then also Dr. Aloka came and helped us. Therefore, the faculty team of Homi Bhabha and Aloka helped us a lot. And we have to mention the thing which we received from Jodo Gyan. And entirely, they have just given us a new way of thinking. So they have made us to think in a different way. I think we can call it as out-of-the-box thinking. Therefore, thank you very much, the team from Usha Menon, Komal, and Shubhomita. The way they have taken the session, and after every presentation, whatever the ideas they have given, I think all the participants are benefited out of it. And we thank all the deputy commissioners of all the regions, all the 25 regions, for giving the names timely and helping them to organize it in a nice way. And we thank all the principals, those who are attending. Actually, the main aim of asking the principals to attend this master trainer program is we want them to know actually what is going on. Then only they can get some inputs and they can do better in that workshop which they are going to conduct in their regions. Therefore, thank you all the principal, in spite of your heavy schedule, and you were on time and you were attending, and some of the principals have participated in the discussions also. And actually credit goes to all the participants because I think in most of all the days I feel we exactly started at sharp. If it is 9:30, we started at 9:30. If it is 4, we started at 4. If it is 3:45, we started exactly at 3:45. Maybe few seconds we may be late, but we started on time. Therefore, thank you very much all the participants, and also the TA primary, those who have joined from the different ZEEDs. And please remember that this TA primary definitely will help you if you have any trouble in conducting your program. And we have to mention our TA primary, Mr. Herman Chura, because he is going to generate your e-certificate. Therefore, he will be the person who is going to end the program nicely by giving you e-certificate. And attendance, I just wish to thank you very much once again. I wish to inform you that your attendance certificate is ready. It will be now immediately sent to your email ID and also in your WhatsApp group. Separate attendance certificate for principals and separate attendance certificate for participants. Your e-certificate for all the 50 participants from 25 regions, you will get it in your mail maybe in a day or two. Please wait for it. Thank you very much. Now, please give your attendance. And before leaving, once again, those who have helped us, thank you very much and take care.
Thank you, sir.
అయిపోయింది ప్రోగ్రామ్ అయిపోయింది ఇది అయిపోయింది ఆన్లైన్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ అయిపోయింది స్పీచ్ ఉంది అందుకనే నాకు టెన్షన్